Gentlemen, welcome back to our Week 7 recap. I'm your host, Tom Ace Rothstein, owner of the Tangiers Casino and Fantasy Baseball team. Not a lot of points scored last week, a lot of rainouts all over the board. I'm going to go back to our Ohtani counter back here just because I love talking about this guy. The Sultan of Shishimi, the Guka Crash. Well, Ohtani pitched a gem, didn't give up a home run. But he hit a home run when he was hitting a day this week. So I forgot to slash because I didn't realize 5 gets the slash. So I'm going to just slash it right now. Ohtani with 6. Home runs 4. Just 4 against on this young season. Guy doesn't even have 100 at-bats yet. He's doing his damn thing. He hits the shit out of the ball. Goes to all fields. He looks like the real deal. And you see the torque that he generates with his swing. It's tremendous. You see the high exit velocities from him. He weighs about 180 pounds top and wet, but this guy's just hitting the shit out of the ball. He looks like a Dominican right now. Carlos Gomez just came out saying the MLB is a bunch of racist pig bastards because all they do is stereotype the Dominicans. They're the ones who are getting tested, and they're the ones who are getting caught. Well, Carlos, you got to realize the drugs come from the South, all right? They never come from America. They are always coming from the South, and these guys live down there in the off season. You know, they take a couple cycles down there, juice up, and they get caught. MLB is tired of giving these guys contracts, just like Jack said. They don't want to be giving these guys $25 million for things that they did in the past. They don't deserve it at all. They get off the juice as soon as they get paid. They stop hitting as soon as they get paid. So going into our first matchup. I love talking about my matchup first. Me, the Tangiers, versus La Familia. My good friend Jeremiah Matz. Jeremiah was a bullfrog this week, though. He got bullied. It seems like I didn't have any rainouts. I don't know what it was. My team just put up another over 600 points, just like it always does. I think I'm the most consistent team in the league at this point. I'm always over 600. I think I went under 600 one week and I threw up 590. But looking at Jeremiah's team, trade for Brandon Belt is looking like the real deal. He threw up 70 points this week. 70 points in 7 games. It's 10 points a game. About. My calculations are correct. He's the number 2 first baseman in baseball right now. First base has been a shithole this year. Guys getting hurt. Guys not producing. Brandon Belt's the number 2 first baseman right now, though. He's batting .313 on the year, 11 home runs. 29 RBIs, 28 runs scored. To trade John Gray for him is looking like a real good deal. For J Mats, really, really good deal. He needed that spot filled. John Gray is just a guy that you can't start at home because he plays in Colorado. I would never want to start him at home. Difficult with that high altitude in Colorado. You can't really throw curveballs. You got to really power through guys with your fastball. He does have a real good fastball, but can't trust it with John Gray. But that was a good trade. I like Brandon Belt a lot. Verlander with complete game shutout for 54 points. I got real scared when I saw that happen. I thought this was going to be the week that someone was going to put up 700 points against me. It wasn't. Fortunately, he only wound up with 556. But early in the week, with Verlander throwing up that number, it got me a little nervous. Alex Wood for 2 starts for 40 points. Not too bad. Not great, but not too bad. Trevor Bauer for 38. 8 innings pitched. He's the 18th best starting pitcher right now. Wow. 67 Ks, though. High K guy. Justin Spoke for 33. Sonny Gray finally pitches a decent game, and he got into a little bit of trouble at the end of it. He wound up getting bailed out by the bullpen, though, just like all Yankee starters do. Michael Fulmer for 24. Familia for 21. Nothing really doing here. Stanton for 19. Stanton beats out all these infield hits. I love him so much. The guy fucking hustles, unlike anyone else on the Yankees. He's a hustler. Okay, he's beating out ground balls, You have a spot in my lineup if you're going to be hustling like that. He's not striking out as much. He's raising his average. He's up to 263, 11 home runs, 28 RBIs, 32 runs scored. Still the 30th best outfielder, but he's averaging 4.7 a game, so he's fine. He's going to keep getting better. When it heats up, he's going to start dropping bombs. It would not be out of the ordinary to see him hit 50 home runs. We've seen him get hot some months and hit like 15 home runs, so I wouldn't be surprised if he winds up doing it, even with the slow start that he had. Encarnacion gets traded midweek, and he hits 2 home runs against me. That was a nice trade, too. Puig, I feel like they always have outfielders on that team, and they consistently shuffle these guys around, and Puig has been really bad. He's batting like 200. But Encarnacion, I think he's going to heat up eventually. They refuse to bat him anything lower than the top half of the lineup. He's always batting 4 or 5 all the time. High RBI opportunity guy. 25 already on the year, and he's batting 212, so timely hitting for him. Yeah, and then my team just went off just like they always do. Ohtani with 42.5. If he's getting me 40 points a week, you guys are in trouble. I'm telling you right now. I was not expecting him to be doing what he's doing, but he's been doing way better than I thought he would do. He's got 3.35 ERA, 52 Ks. I think he only pitched like 7 or 8 games too. And the hitting is just ridiculous. 320 with 6 home runs and 17 RBIs. Less than 100 at bats is pretty good. Considering he was batting 8th to start the year, when he DHs now, he's batting anywhere from 2 to 4, sometimes 5. He's a stud. And then Nick Pivetta too. He's a fucking stud. I benched him yesterday like a dope. But he's pitching really well right now. The Phillies look serious. They look like they're going to give the Braves and the Nationals and the Mets a run for their money. That's going to be a real good division race as it goes on during the year. The Mets, though, I don't think this is their year. Strictly based on the fact of how the Braves and the Phillies are playing. No one thought they would be this good this soon. I sure as shit didn't think it. But they're both tremendous teams right now. Pitching for the Phillies has been really good. Hitting for the Braves has been even more better than the Phillies pitching. The Braves are like the best hitting team in the National League. Going on to our next matchup, though. Jay Jerkadigas, who I'm already in a 40-point hole against, which sucks, versus Patio. Lindor Truffles, 551 to 406. Patty was led by his closer, Blake Treinen, with 4 big saves, 4 innings pitched. And then DeGrom for 39, the next Yankee. The Yankees are just going to throw out all their prospects for DeGrom, I hope. TJ Cron, who's having a really good year, 7th best first baseman right now, batting 278 with 11 home runs, 27 RBIs, 27 runs, 39 points for the week. This guy was a 25 home run guy who would bat 240, 250. He's batting in the middle of this Rays lineup. He looks really good right now. He's got a shot for 30 home runs. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets to that mark. J.A. Happ for 38. Great start against the Mets. Everyone has a good start against the Mets. 10 Ks in that shithole of a game. I think they won like 12-1. They wound up delaying the game in the bottom of the 9th with 2 outs, down over 10 runs to work on the infield because it was wet. Stupid fucking Mets. Jose Barrios for 36.5. The streaky Jose Barrios. When he's good, he's real good. When he's bad, he's bad. But his last 2 starts have been really good. He pitched yesterday too. 36 this week, 33 already next week for the week 8. He's got another start coming up on Sunday too. Jose Quintana against the Braves this year. His ERA is like an 11. Against everyone else, it's like a 2.5. He's just gotten really unlucky. He's played the Braves multiple times, and he's gotten hammered by the Braves multiple times. But everyone else he pitches against, he's pitching really well. Good hold. Thank God you held him, Patty. Thank God you didn't trade him. Keep him on your team. Whenever he plays the Braves, sub him out. Real Muto for 30. Longoria for 29. Tommy Pham for 28. Did he have a DL stint? He was a little hurt. He's 30 years old. Holy shit. Chris Archer for 26. Is Archer going to start pitching like we thought he would? He got his ERA down to 5. Played against a good, decent offense against LA. He's got a matchup against the Red Sox this week, so we're going to see his true colors. Vince Velasquez for 26. High K guy. Another decent, good, nice, solid option for the Phillies. Tanner Roark, 22. And who'd you have? Pomeranz get blasted for negative 1.8. Not too good. Jay, I've told you your team was not that good from the beginning. It's looking still not that good. Only throwing up 400 points is really bad. You got to keep at it, though. That division is really bad. I think you're only like two or three games out of first place at this point, which is ridiculous considering you only have one win. But the division you're in is really, really bad. Let's see. First place is under 500. So you're 2 games behind of first place, which is a 2 seed. So you could definitely still make noise in that division. That entire division is wide open. I mean, our entire division is wide open too. But that division is wide open for bad teams. So, Jay, you still really you have a decent shot of making the playoffs. And like I said, it's very early in the season. You still got like 15, 16 matchups left. You go 500, you have a good shot because we're seeing these bottom teams not playing that well. In that B division, I like to call it. But Matt Olson for 43, Trevor Williams for 40. He's been a decent pitching option for the Pirates. Not a high K guy, but he's not a high walk guy. So that always helps. Not having guys on base, being a good pitcher helps a lot. Solarte for 36. This guy's coming out of nowhere. 4.7 points averaging. Bats like 4 for that lineup. Michael Waka Flocka Flames for 28. Kenley Jansen finally getting some saves. 27 points. The Dodgers are horrible though. So we'll see how good he is and how many opportunities he really has. Only 8 saves on the year. Trevor Story for 26, McCutcheon for 25, Machado for 24, Reynaldo Lopez on the double star for only 24. He got hammered by Pittsburgh, came back, pitched a great game against Texas though. Severino for 23, Bettis for 19, and the list goes on. Oh man, Doolittle got hammered for minus .63. Not too shabby. Next matchup we're going to talk about is A to the Rizzo versus my mother's ass with another win and a real bad week for both teams. Jack played the right team at the right time like he always does, it seems like. Does he lead the team in point? Does he lead the league in points against? I would think he's up there. No, wow, Pete is way up there for points against. A little lucky, both of you guys, this year. We're going to see a change, though, because baseball changes real quick. But 486 to 431, Jack beats Mash. Jack is led by Mookie Betts, who is the best player in fantasy baseball right now. He's averaging 8.6 a game. Those are stupid numbers. If you look at Ohtani, he's averaging like 10 because he pitches and hits. If Ohtani averages like 8.6 per like game, I'm going to be happy. And he pitches and hits. This guy's averaging 8.6 just hitting, which is absolutely ridiculous. He's batting .365 with 15 home runs and 32 RBIs. 48 runs scored. Has a serious chance to be a Triple Crown guy, Triple Crown candidate. He's going to finish high in average. He's going to finish high in home runs and RBIs. This guy really has a chance to be a Triple Crown guy. Yu Darvish for 38.7 for 2 starts. Not a bad start against Cincinnati. I mean, he plays the Braves. They're the Braves. They're a really good hitting team. Only goes 4 innings coming back from the DL for the flu. He had the flu. Doubt he had it. That was probably a phantom injury. We've seen these before. Josh Bell for 36.6, ninth best first baseman. Hit 25 home runs last year, though. Finished like 3rd or 4th in National League Rookie of the Year voting. He only has 3 this year. Pop has been down for him. He's in a good lineup, though. They're like the 2nd or 3rd best lineup in the National League right now. Chris Davis for 36. Nick Markakis for 28, slowing down a little bit, but he's still on fire right now. Fourth best outfielder, averaging 6 points a game. Holy shit. 341, 7 home runs, 32 RBIs, 31 runs scored. He is fucking killing the ball right now, Nick Markakis. Probably, he's like 38, 39 years old, and he's still doing it. He's still a real good fielder, has a great arm. I don't see them moving away from him. He's really the veteran of the team. Him and maybe Freeman, they're the two veterans in that lineup. Markakis does have some playoff experience. They just released Jose Bautista after 12 games. They just kicked the tires on him just to see what he had. He obviously doesn't have it anymore. I think his career is over. I wouldn't be surprised if the Mets wind up signing him just because they're the Mets and they're the Mets. Josh Hader for 25, pitching 4 innings with 8 Ks, has a win, has a hold. Newcomb for 23. Newcomb has been really good this year, averaging 21 points a game. Odubel Herrera for 23. Yeah, he's batting 348, and he drafted and dropped by Massey. 8th best outfielder right now. Always was a high average guy too, Odubel Herrera. Always batting 290. I think this is his 3rd year. Always a high average guy. Real surprised he was dropped. I should have had him. I had him on my radar. When he got dropped, I didn't even realize he got dropped. I should have had him though. Zach Greinke for 23. Conforto for 22. Conforto's heating up a little bit. Got that average up to 235. But when you're batting under my weight, I don't think you're that good of a player. But, he's heating up since Jack has traded him. I think he's increased his average by like 30, 35 points or something. Hit a home run in that time too. Bud Norris for 19. Yeah, that's it. Real horrible matchup, this one. Massey had 431 points, and Paxton and JD Martinez put up a quarter of his points. 2 players put up a quarter of his points. Martinez with 57.8, and James Paxton 43.8. A little less than a quarter. Let's say 20% of his points. Shin-Soo Choo for 35. Porcello for 30. Porcello's not that bad, surprisingly. Averaging 21.6 a games. He's gotten hit a little hard by the Yankees and the A's, but he comes back against Baltimore. It was a horrible offense. Throws a quality start. He got a little lucky, but the strikeouts always help. His whip was like a 1.4, which isn't that good. Usually you give up more runs with a higher whip. He struck guys out. When you're striking guys out, that limits everything. Guys can't advance on a ground ball, on an out, on a sac fly, on a bunt. So as long as he keeps that strikeout rate going, he's gonna enjoy a nice season, top 20 finish, top 25 finish. If he does that, when was he drafted? At a 161 overall, it's really good to have a top 25 pitcher at that point. Trout for 30, he has 3 hits, but he has 30 points. I don't know how that's possible. He's the 2nd best outfielder. He's averaging 2.2 points less than Mookie Betts right now. But Trout is the man. If he's averaging 6.5 points a game the entire year, you're happy. It doesn't matter what Mookie Betts does. Mike Trout had to be drafted first. That's it. Betts was coming off a down year. I know that. He batted only like 268. But his BABIP was really low, and he was very unlucky. Now everything is evening out again, so he's on fire now. I wouldn't be surprised if he hits over 330 this year. He's in a great lineup. He's on a good team. They're going to win a ton of ball games. He's happy. What else? Simmons for 24. John Lester for 30. Wow, Lester. See, I always hated John Lester because he couldn't throw over to first base. I thought that was the dumbest thing. It has hurt him his entire career. When a guy gets on, he just can't keep them close, and they steal second all the time. He's got a 2.5 ERA, though. It's really good. Travis Shaw for 22. 6th best third baseman right now. Grandal calming down a little bit. Average dropped down to 260. Only averaging 4.3 now. We're going to see these with catchers. The catchers, you're going to see the average drop drastically. To have a catcher average 4 a game is going to be really good. 4.5 a game is probably going to be the best one in the game. Nick Kingham, 17. Nothing else really doing. Real low scoring week for MASH. Nothing really else doing there. Next matchup. We'll do the matchup of the week right now. The Carpenters versus the Whitelocks. Max and Tyler pull off the win, the much needed win, puts them a game behind first place. If you asked them at the beginning of the season, if you were a game behind first place with the amount of guys you have hurt and even more guys that have gotten hurt, and you're only a game out, would you be happy? And they would say yes, because I would be too if I was them. Everyone's hurt on their team still. Murphy, Turner finally comes back. Bumgarner down. Jimmy Nelson down. All these guys are there. You need them. Eventually, you're going to need them at some point. Murphy's just rehabbing, and he gets sick and he gets hurt again. And Bumgarner, hopefully, he doesn't have a setback, because he's what you guys need to put you over the top. I think, especially in that bad division, you guys are going to need Bumgarner just throwing 35 a game, because this is what he's going to do. He's going to come back and he's just going to pitch lights out, because he's going to say, listen, I've been so fucking unlucky from my stupid motorcycle injury, riding dirt bikes in my backyard, to getting my hand broke in the final spring training start of the final start of spring training. I have a chip on my shoulder, okay? And the chip is the size of a fucking Lay's potato bag at this point. It's fucking huge, okay? He's going to come back fucking firing on all cylinders. He's going to be an angry man. I would not be surprised, mark my words, if he throws a no-hitter this year, just because we've seen so many no-hitters and it's not out of the ordinary. So watch him throw a no-hitter this year. But Pete almost staged an epic comeback on Sunday. He had 3 pitchers going. Losing by 4 points is tough. He chose Jordan Lyles to be his fill-in guy, and he wasn't the guy. He only needed 10 points from him, and he only got 5. But Jordan Lyles has been pitching really well. I like that pickup. I'm going to wind up picking him up off waivers very soon. But he played, like I said, he's played against the Pirates. Pirates are a great offense. Tough matchup for him, but he has been pitching really well. McCullers, though, pitched the fucking gem Sunday night. Syndergaard, another guy who pitched the gem. Pete just didn't have it this week. Both teams falling under 500 points, which is real bad. But Jack Flaherty, who I dropped because they're calling him up, calling him down. I don't want to deal with it. I can't deal with it. Max fucking scoops him up. As soon as I'm about to make a waiver claim, I say, no, I'm not going to make a waiver claim. No one's going to pick him up. I don't make the waiver claim. I don't add him like an idiot, and he gets added by Max and Tyler just because they see me add guys. I know they do, and they say, wow, if Tom added him, he's got to be good. And he pitched an absolute gem. His last game he pitched of the week against the Phillies, 41 points, 13 strikeouts. Against the Twins, he fared decently. He throws another out. He gets 6 innings, then he would have the quality start, and he has 19 points instead of 10 points against the Twins. But Flaherty he's going to be real good. We're going to see when Alex Reyes comes up. Someone's going to get bumped out of that rotation, whether it be, I think Wainwright is automatically out, but it could be either Flaherty or Weaver, depending on how they both pitch for the rest of the year. One of them's going to go to the bullpen, I think, because this guy Alex Reyes is tremendous. And they've already announced that Alex Reyes is going to be a starting pitcher for the Cardinals as soon as he's ready. They're stretching him out. He's going 5-6 innings. He went 7 2/3 his last start with 13 Ks. This guy's pumping heat too. Real excited for him. Matt Chapman, who's been picked up and dropped by probably, let's see how many teams have been picked up. 1, 2. He's on his 3rd team of this year right now. He's averaging 3.9 game. Had a really hot week for 45 points. David Price for 43. Almost had the complete game shutout. Gave up a bomb to Manny Machado though. Still finished with 43. Would have sucked if he lost. And he gave up that meaningless home run when Machado should just strike out. Who cares? The game was over at that point anyway. Jose Abreu, 42. Jack, he's the 3rd best first baseman right now, okay? He's batting 300. He has 8 home runs. He's in the worst lineup in baseball. What more do you want this guy to do? He's having a great year. He was a third, 4th round pick. He should have been drafted there. He's a great hitter. Always going to be a 270 hitter, 280 hitter. Has popped for 30 home runs. He's a good hitter. Would love to see the Yankees try and make a move for him. Wouldn't be surprised if they do. They are going to make a move. Probably going to get an arm though. Don't really need a first baseman at this point unless Greg Bird breaks his foot again, which I hope. If he breaks it again, just fucking amputate it because I'm done with Greg Bird. I'm moving on to him. I really am done with him. Arenado for 41 points. He went absolutely apeshit in the dugout last night. He hits a fucking towering shot, foul ball, then strikes out. Next at bat, he strikes out, and he went apeshit in the dugout. I like seeing that. A little fiery Italian guy. I love it. I think he's still the best third baseman in the game at this point. I think he's better than anyone else. I mean, he's the fourth best right now, but averaging 5.4. He's fine. I feel like they played way more road games than they have home games. When he has like a nice 9-game series at home for a week and a half, and he bats 450 with 6 home runs and about 20 RBIs, then you guys are gonna say, "Wow, this guy really is the real deal." Justin Turner for 29 coming back, good for him, batting 280. His first few games. He's only averaging 3.9, but that's all right because if he throws in a 12, he's averaging like 6 points. He's great, Justin Turner. He has to get used to everything. Get his timing back. Get everything back. Wrist's probably still a little fucked up. He's fine. He's good. Lock him in. He's gonna be your infield spot for the rest of the year. Bogarts for 29. Blake Snell for 28. I didn't realize this guy throws 98, 99. For a lefty to do that, that's unheard of. He's averaging 20 points a game, too, and he's on a dog shit team. 3 ERA, 1.04 WHIP. I was watching a little bit of that Angels game he played. He was playing against because I had the Rays big. And he's fucking throwing 98 in the 5th inning, in the 6th inning. I'm like, wow, this guy, he's a top prospect. So we know he's got the pedigree. Love for the Yankees to get him. Doubt they're gonna make a move for him though because he's probably untouchable. And they would want way more for him than say like a DeGrom because he's probably like 6-7 years younger than Jacob DeGrom. Jed Larry for 21, cooling down a little bit, but he's still batting 320. He's not leading the league in hitting anymore because Mookie Betts is, but he's the 3rd best second baseman. He's having a better year than Jose Altuve, believe it or not. Kyle Schwarber for 20 points. Chris Sale, 19. 9 Ks in 5 innings is ridiculous. He had a bad start, and he still wound up with almost 20 points, so that's saying a lot for Chris Sale. And what is he, the 8th best starting pitcher right now? He pitches tonight. Watch him go to the 4th best after tonight. And then Pete, really tough loss. Thank God you lost. Really opens up this division for me, Jack, and Gordo. 4 really good teams on top of the league right now. Really good teams. All of us are, let's see. I'm 1 in points for. Gordo's 2. Buckets is 3. Well, Jack is like 6 or 7 because he fucking gets so lucky. But, yeah. Real good top half of that league in that division. It's interesting to see, too, because I did not think Jack's team would be anywhere at this point of the year. I thought it was a real bad team. But Pete, Didi has gone ice cold. In about 2.5 weeks, we've seen his average go from about 360 to 240. He's ice cold. Ice cold. He just can't seem to do anything right. The only good takeaway I have from it for Didi is he's not striking out. When you don't strike out, you don't go negative. You get unlucky with placing the ball in guys' gloves some way, somehow. Hitting a ball hard and it gets caught for a line drive out. Didi has been a little bit unlucky, but he also started the season really, really lucky. They've benched him the past couple games. They think if we bench him, we give him some time off, get him some work in the cages, he's going to be fine. Listen, do that. He's fine. He's a good hitter. He's a 270, 280 hitter. We know this. I don't mind batting him 3rd, but honestly, he probably is the best option batting 3rd. Probably the best contact guy. He's not going to strike out as much as the Stanton Sanchez's and Judges of the world. Love Judge batting 2, and the lefty. You got to have the lefty there. Wouldn't be surprised if Greg Bird comes back swinging a hot bat and they're going to put him 3rd, but I hate Greg Bird, but I wouldn't be surprised if they wound up doing that. Especially because the way Didi's hitting right now, really scaring me. how a guy could go so hot and then just go so cold. But this is baseball. We know this. It happens all the time every year. But McCullers for 54 and Syndergaard for 46. Yeah, it's really fucking good. Both on double starts, both pitching 2 great games. Haniger for 39. No one wants Mitch Haniger, Pete. I don't know why. He's the 7th best outfielder. Nobody wants him. He's averaging 5.5 points a game. Huge post-type sleeper. Last year, huge sleeper guy. Gets hurt. Gets an oblique injury. Has a horrible year. Doesn't play that much. He started off hot last year, but he got hurt probably 3 weeks into the season. I love Mitch Haniger. I'm not going to trade for him because I really don't need any pieces. But guys that don't need an arm, get Mitch Haniger. He's a really good player. He's going to be a top 20 outfielder, mark my words. Michael Brantley for 34. Ken Giles for 32. Bellinger for 21. Andrew Heaney, nice pickup for 21. I think you guys got to keep him. Clayton Richard for 21. Devers for 20. The list goes on. Who did you have go? You didn't really have anyone go negative, which Bryce Harper, though, wow, he's batting .231, Bryce Harper. Walking a ton. He's averaging 5.6 a game, batting .231. That says a lot. He's always on base, this guy. 14 home runs, too. They go from leading him off to batting him 3 to batting him 2. He's all over the lineup. They really don't have any outfield help, too, as well. They call up that kid Juan Soto. First pitch of his major league career. Hits a fucking Apo Taco Blacada. Way deep. Fucking bomb. But yeah, he's got a 196 BABIP right now. That's ridiculously low for how hard he hits the balls. It's going to go up probably 130 points. Excellent buy low candidate in Bryce Harper, guys. I would buy low. I'm going to try and buy low, actually. And then the final matchup we got here is Beg Your Pardon versus Hoyt Your Poiminent, which is basically Gordo's team. Well, they're both Gordo's team, so I'm going to talk about Gordo's real team, the Beg Your Pardons. Benintendi leading the way with 65 points. Coming into the year, I was not a huge Benintendi guy. I liked him a lot. Don't get me wrong, but his average against lefties was anemic at best. I think he was batting about 200 against lefties. He's turned it around though. This is what happens. Young guys, they get a little bit more used to major league pitching, and he's hitting now on all cylinders. He's averaging 5.9 points a game. He's somehow the second best outfielder in that. Well, he might be the third best outfielder in that outfielder fantasy-wise, because Martinez is DH. But fantasy-wise, he might be the third best, which is ridiculous to say considering how good he's really been. Chris Bryant for 46. Yeah, Chris Bryant should not be on your team, but he is, and he's playing really well. Third best third baseman right now. Whit Merrifield for 45. He's starting to heat up. Nobody wants him, Gordo. I don't know why. He's averaging 4.8 a game. Real nice option at second base. Ozzy Albies for 44. The best hitting team in the National League. He's averaging 6.4 points a game. Are you fucking kidding me, Ozzy Albies? Unbelievable. All B's 3.0. Looking really good. Brad Hand for 35. The fourth best reliever, Brad Hand. Who would have fucking thought? He's pitching great, Brad Hand. Can't knock him for nothing at this point. Corey Kluber for 32. Kluber doing his thing. Got that ERA to 2.36 right now. The .84 whip is spectacular, though. Huge high K guy, high K upside. Oh, I love Kluber so much. He's a super ace. Gary Sanchez for 29. We're going to see Gary Sanchez become the best catcher in baseball from here on out because that average is at 231 right now. When Gordo traded for him, he was probably batting about 195. 12 home runs, 33 RBIs. Hitting in a great lineup. Always going to have guys on base. They're always scoring runs. He's averaging 5 right now, which is really spectacular for a catcher. He's the best catcher in baseball. Hitting-wise, fantasy-wise, he is. Can't feel the lick, though. Anthony Rizzo for 28. We're going to see Rizzo heat up because this is what he does. He's only batting .203. He's got 6 home runs, but averaging 4.6 with a .203 average is because of the walks. He's walking a ton right now. He's always on base, Rizzo. Kyle Freeland for 25. Really good pitcher. This kid is. It seems like most of his starts have been on the road for some reason. I think that is because the Rockies have played a lot more road games. But when he pitches on the road, he's been pitching good. At home, he's been pitching good, which is surprising. He might be the best pitcher on that team right now. over Gray. It's a toss-up probably, but I kind of lean him. I don't know why, but I think he's just the better pitcher at this point in his career. Megden for 24, who gets dropped because he throws up only 24 points. Castro for 21. I don't like him at all, Stalin Castro. 3.8 points averaging. He must be playing every day because he has a real good average, but he's only averaging. He has a real good batting average, but he's only averaging 3.8 points a game. He's like a middling option for a second baseman at this point. Manea for 21 on a 2-start week gets hammered by Toronto. Holy shit! And then he faces the Red Sox, and they get a little bit more revenge against him and throw up 3 runs against them, but he still gets a quality start. Castellanos for 20, he's heating up, 5th best third baseman. Hanley for 20, he's slowing down a little bit. He was the best player in all of baseball for 2 weeks, but he's cooled down. He's only batting .270 now. Bregman for 19, Krimble for 19, Ottavino for 18, Donaldson, who's been awfully slow coming off that DL, 4.1 points, Puig for 11, Shoot for 9.7. He's been awfully cold coming off that DL as well. Looking at Adams' team, Eric Hosmer for 48, 6th best first baseman right now. Was he on the DL? He must have been on the DL. Simeon for 39.5. Scherzer for 33. It seems Max Scherzer is going to have a double start for Adams' team. He's not going to be winning games. He's not going to be on a double start this week, so whoever's playing him, be happy. Aaron Hicks for 32. He's been heating up a little bit too, averaging 5 a game, batting .250. He fucking hit a blast last night in the second deck in Texas. Charlie Morton for 31. Fucking all these Astros pitchers are good, and it's fucking annoying. I hate it. Matt Boyd for 27, Adam Jones for 25, Corbin for 23, Jake Odorizzi for 20, Wilson Contreras, though, 18 points. You're going to see him. I'm going to compare him and Sanchez all year because that trade was absolutely dog shit, and it gets me so mad that Gordo preyed on the weak. He's like a lion in the plains of the Serengeti, and Adam is just a gazelle, and he's hopping around, and he's clueless, and Gordo is just creeping up. And Gordo finally reached for him, and he attacked, and he got what he wanted, and it pisses me the F off. But Adam, like I said, anything could happen in baseball. You are in a horrible division. You have a good chance of making the playoffs. As long as you get that 1 seed, that entire division is open. It doesn't matter how bad your team is, or any team is at this point. The one team that I think is going to get screwed is going to be Pat's team, because he is in the toughest division, number 1. He is 3 games out of first place in our division, but he would be in first place in the other division if he was in the B division. So Patty is probably in the worst spot right now. Everyone else in the bottom division is fine. Everyone else in the top division besides Patty is fine. Pat, if I were you, I would somehow go to the B division because you would be really good. You're going to start playing all of us. Me, Pete, and Jack. You got Massey this week, so that's an easy win. You're already up 32 points. You got this. It looks like the A division plays the B division this week, so we're gonna see the A division go 5-0. I think I really do. Did I talk about everyone's matchups? Because sometimes I miss things. I get a little excited. I think I talked about everyone. Jay. Yeah, I talked about it. All right, guys. You have a great day. About 3 o'clock. This will be uploaded by 4. Ciao, guys.